Good morning, everyone. I'm Star Delta 9, and I'm coming back to you with another video under Cracked Wide Open. I've been getting quite a lot of emails about specific topics, so I'm taking quite a few of the questions, and I've kind of put them all together, and I'm going to try to sum it up this way. I hope it helps. Thank you so much for the questions. And on a side note, yes, I'm beginning to feel better after the chemotherapy. Yes, I have a wig on. My hair is not quite grown back yet, but I'm feeling better every day. Thank you for the emails and the cards. I appreciate it. Today, I just kind of want you to think of your mind, if you can, as a garden. And think about it as our thoughts and our emotions, they're connected to an energetic field. And they serve as I'm going to call it a biofeedback that is in alignment with your desires, with your highest good. And the mind is really a powerful tool if used properly, right? It can be your greatest asset, or it can be your fiercest adversary. Our thoughts shape the energy field that's around us. When you hold, let's say, a thought of fear, I'm trying to word this so that you can understand it. Let's say you're holding a thought of fear, or maybe you're holding a thought of resentment or anger. You're going to attract the similar frequency of those emotional vibrations, because everything is a vibration. We are made of energy. And these thoughts that we think cause us to have an emotion in our body. And when that emotion reaches our body, it usually causes a behavior, and we are off creating a behavior within our reality based on that one single thought. We have like 60 to 600, I forget, 60 to 70,000 thoughts per minute. Do you know that? Something like that. You don't have to entertain every thought that you have, do you? You don't. Try cultivating maybe some positive thoughts. If you have a negative thought, try to flip it, right? If you have an anger thought or a resentment, try to turn it to love, to gratitude, maybe to compassion. We or you will resonate on a higher frequency if you do this. How can I word that? Let's see. A lot of people are having a really hard time wrapping the concept around their mind that what you think is what you manifest. Yes? Where you place your energy, thought follows. Where you place your thought, energy follows. It's a biofeedback loop that it's the universe, it's consciousness, right? And you can attract either negative experiences into your life or positive experiences into your life based on the thought pattern that you have. When we were raised, prior to age 6, 7, we were told exactly who we were. We were told our name, our address, our identity began to be carved out for us. It wasn't until probably about some 4, some maybe 5, said, hey, my parents are different than I. They're separate than I. They're not the same as me. But up until that point of a 4-year-old child, you thought you and your parents were one and the same, especially your mother. It's not until you are taught belief patterns, your sector, your school, your upbringing, your rearing, where you went to church, who you played with, I know my parents weren't conscious, and so my parents were only capable of teaching me what they were taught. Whether it was good, bad, or indifferent, it didn't make any difference, right? They taught me what they were taught. If they were conscious, they would have taught me something different, yes? And so I'm trying to get people to understand, if you cultivate negative thought, that negative thought, if you engage it, assign it meaning, give it commentary, it's going to go into the body and it's going to cause a dis in the body. And 10 months of chronically doing that causes a disease in the body. And so Western medicine is trying to catch up with some of this. They're still behind. As you go to the doctor, they treat you as a unit, right? They don't treat you as a whole. I go to the doctor, I have an earache, a stomach ache, a headache, or I have a fever or a backache, or I've broken my foot or my arm or something, right? And they treat that problem. They don't treat you as a whole unit. They need to, in Western medicine, treat you as a whole unit. And so I think they need to incorporate energy healing. They need to incorporate treating the patient not only as the symptom that they're presenting with, but as a whole. Mental, physical, spiritual, psychological, and holistically as well, if that's what the client chooses or the patient chooses, right? I think if you nurture yourself and you soothe your mind and you soothe your body and you soothe your soul, this is going to uplift you, and it's going to uplift us all as part of a collective consciousness that's around us. And sometimes I had a tendency to, to the mind, like I tend to it like a gardener. What kind of seeds am I planting in that garden? Am I nurturing it? Is it getting enough sunlight? Am I watering it? Am I properly feeding and nurturing it? Am I providing loving care when I tend to the garden, right? Gardens, if you think of your mind as a garden and you cultivate good, positive thoughts, mindfulness, self-awareness will assist you in your mastery of this, right? If you find yourself that you're having negative emotions, really just take a step back and say, breathe in, breathe out. Inquire. Inquire into the underlying thought that you're having, the belief. What is it that's fueling it? What's fueling the emotions? Are they even factual? Do they hold truth in your life today? Do they have value? Do they serve you? Is the outcome positive? If you do the investigation and you become the witness, the seer of your thoughts, then you can catch your thought before it hits your body and you cause a reaction. You can take a step back, take a deep breath in, let it out, push your hand over your heart and ask yourself, where does that thought come from? Where did I learn it? Did someone tell me that? Is it a truthful thought? Do I believe it? Does it serve me today and my family, the collective and creator? Is it even true? You know, the egoic mind that we carved out for ourselves, it's illusionary. it's not true. We have a conditioned mind based on our rearing. And as I was saying before, by the time you're age 6 or 7, you know it, right? And you have conditioned patterns, conditioned beliefs, limiting thoughts, and which cause you to limit yourself in your behavior. You hold yourself back. You know, if you can shine a light on these emotions, you can begin to untangle yourself. You can begin to untangle yourself and understand on a deeper soul's level where these beliefs came from. That they're not valid and that they don't hold any truth in them, and that they were a learned behavior and you were conditioned, and you can change a learned behavior. A lot of people that I run across, sentinel beings, are in the grip of unconsciousness and reactivity. They choose how to respond. They don't choose how they respond. They just react. How we respond to life's challenges is by refining your own ability to control your thoughts, your emotions. This is going to give you the greatest influence over the energy field. You have no control over another person's thoughts. You don't have any control over another person's emotions. They are their thoughts and their emotions. And so you can't give your greatest influence away, can you? You have to become one with who you are. Oneness with oneself. When you do this, your aura, your light shines so bright that the world sees it. I see the light in others that they don't see. They just are unaware, and that's okay. It's not a blame game. It's no one's fault. It's quite amazing, really. I get the question all the time, what is consciousness? Consciousness is that which leads to beyond. It is not a concept. It's not something that you can analytically wrap your mind around. Of course, when you have an awakening, a spiritual awakening, you can begin to assimilate what's happened to you, right? You're going to be very hard-pressed to find an individual that's had an awakening that could assist you in the process, because it's a hero's journey. And the hero's journey is meant to be done alone. It's like that hermit in the tarot, right? Yeah. People tell me all the time, I know when you're coming, I can see the light before you even get to the room. I know you're coming, right? And I don't know why they can see it other than I exuberate love. I exuberate my aura, that my aura gets brighter and brighter, and the more expansive I become, the more exuberant love that I express. It comes from within. They see that it's authentic, the more that it just radiates outside for others to see. And it's the natural flow of the universe. You just don't know it yet. So I'd like to help if I can in some way, shape, or form, and ask you if you could just try to stay in harmony with your highest good. Excuse me. Trust your inherent self, right? Trust that the inherent wisdom of this energy field that's around us, that surrounds us, that is in everything, right? That it pervades everything, that everything ever that has come out into this world comes from this energetic field, and anything that ever will comes from this field. So it's it's not really about power. It's not really about control. It's about aligning yourself with the natural flow of the universe. Everything resonates. Everything has a vibrational cadence to it. It's like when I'm sitting in a room waiting for an appointment or something of that nature, or I'm sitting at a birthday party or whatever I might be, I can tell when someone's coming towards me, let's say in a negative aspect, because my cadence changes and I can pick up their negative cadence, and it's like a flat tire. I'm smooth, rocking to a beautiful cadence, and I'm just being rocked back and forth like I'm dancing in a ballroom with Creator. And when someone comes towards me and tries to blow smoke up my ass, the cadence changes, right? They have an agenda. They're trying to either one-up me or something, or get me to do something that they want me to do, manipulate the situation or me. And I pick it up. It's intuitively picked up. When you are awakened, things just come to you magically. They just show up in your life. They, people, places, and things that are supposed to show up, show up. Things that are not supposed to show up, things that don't serve you, fall away. Love, for instance, if you just exuberate that one word, love, it is brought back to you tenfold or more. I can't even tell you how many times it's brought back to you. And it's quite amazing. It's readily available for you. And it's not about the power, and it's not about control. If you look around on social media, power, money, and control. People are posting about their dinner. Like and they're counting the likes they're getting on it, or the shoes they bought that day, or the car they're driving. All that is things that they're attached to, people, places, and things that will bring you momentarily some sort of peace, some sort of happiness, some sort of satisfaction, but it will be short-lived, and you'll be off seeking again to the next shiny thing. So stillness has the ability to come in and transform your life. Through mindful meditation, spirit, consciousness, Creator only needs a space, a gap. That's it. And consciousness slips in, and oh, it's so delicious. It's so blissful, so nirvana, so I can't even describe it. The words that I want to say won't even come close to the feeling that I feel. And that's what's being radiated out to others. And I trust this inherent wisdom of that energetic field, and I allow it to guide me. It's a journey. It's a journey of self-discovery. It's a journey of transformation that's been happening for me. I'm almost 6 years on the 28th of next year. It'll be 6 years since I had my transition, my shift. And everything I've read says it takes 7 years, but to actually integrate it. But I think that a spiritual awakening is ongoing, because the universe is here to challenge us, to teach us, to show us things about ourselves that we need to learn. People are going to come into our lives that we're going to mirror, and they're going to mirror us so that we can teach each other things. Yes? And so it's a beautiful thing when you can walk into that energy field and that relationship with that energy field and be 100% authentic and allow that inherent wisdom to just flow. That's why they call it the hero's journey, because it's a journey of self-discovery. You have to allow yourself to attune to these energy fields, right? To these subtle vibrations. I tell people all the time, in order to harness consciousness, you have to get out of the mind, the mental chatter in the mind, the commentary. When you are so wrapped in the commentary of the mental mind, subtleness is what consciousness is about. Very, very, very subtle. And you'd miss it. You wouldn't even know it's there. That's why people don't know. Vibrations of this energy field permeate everything. Everything. And stillness will speak to you if you allow it. Allow things to just flow organically, maybe without resistance. Surrender to what is. I've heard people say, and when you ask them how they are, and they say, oh, I'm good. If I say any different, it wouldn't do me any good to complain. It wouldn't change the situation. They're very accurate. So why entertain that thought, right? Smart soul. They've gained wisdom from doing that probably in the past. So wisdom is a powerful, powerful thing. And if you allow the stillness to speak to you, the resistance or the mental commentary, if you just observe it without assigning it meaning, just observe it. Watch it. Be the witness. It's called, what is it called? I think it's called Wo Wei or something like that. Wo Wei, right? It's translated as doing nothing, nothingness, right? Sit in consciousness, and when an action is required, you do the action. It's like when I'm here at home and I'm meditating 99% of the time. And why do I say that? Because I can meditate with my eyes open now, and I'm rocking, and I'm not in the mind and mental chatter because the egoic mind has passed away and died. It's in the background, and it's cooperating because consciousness is you know, ego is no match for consciousness. It busts right through that, right? And it knows it needs to cooperate in order to survive. And the egoic self is what drives us to be better people. It's when we harm others that it becomes narcissistic and painful. And when you do that, you're harming another, yourself, and the collective. So this concept that people say awakening, it's not a concept. Don't think of it as a concept. It's a shift in perspective. It's a shift in perspective. The veil will come down. The truth will be revealed to you, and you will see. And then you will become aware. You can't be aware of something if you don't have knowledge of it, right? You have to become aware to have awareness, yes? And so you have to just try to trust yourself. Give yourself some compassionate self-love. That's one of the hardest things that we as humans do for ourselves, right? Take a bath, listen to some music, color in a coloring book, paint, go outside, walk in nature barefoot, earth yourself. You cannot be grounded unless you're grounded in consciousness, but you can certainly earth yourself in the elements of Gaia, Mother Earth, earthing. Take your shoes off and go stand in the grass, right? And your body will revert back to a homeostasis status within 10 minutes. It's quite amazing. The universe has evolved and been around long, long before us Homo sapiens, yet we're the only Homo sapien left. And so we need to wake up, people. We need to wake up, to the fact that you are not your mind, you are not your thoughts, you're not even the body you're in. And assist the collective in awakening so that we have a brighter, more beautiful universe to thrive in, to grow in together. Communities are even coming together of like-minded individuals. That's what I'm creating. Like-minded individuals that want to create a community for the greater good of the collective, where one or more are gathered in his midst. There he is. And there is power in numbers. There's power in one. Those that come first will go last. Those that go last will come first. I don't know why I'm saying that. I don't know where it comes from. It's like a cognacscentant, a download, an automatic knowing. Creator, co-creating with my creator. You can do the same thing. So I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about this and ask you, what are you doing? Are you nurturing your mind like a garden? What type of plants, what seeds are you planting? Leave it down in the comment section. I would love to know, because this is a process that takes time, right? Just go look in the woods in nature and see an animal that's been injured. The healing process takes time in this construct of a universe, right? Because this universe is on a construct of time, which is a man-made construct. There's no time. But the healing is a process. And so awakening and disentangling yourself and growing and learning in consciousness and sharing what so graciously was given to you with the collective and others is a gift. It's my greatest accomplishment in life. And it's all I want to do is share and give it to others, right? Point the way. I don't want to change your mind, your opinions, or your anything. I just want to point the way and share my experience and my wisdom with you, right? If you're not ready for it, the unconscious mind will collect that information. Save it for later, and when you are ready, it'll be there for you. So, tell me below, what are you doing to nurture a garden? What type of seeds are you planting? What's going on in your collective world right now? I'd love to know. If you guys are needing anything or questions answered or have any more questions, keep the emails coming. I love them. They keep me quite occupied recovering from chemotherapy, right? I read every one of my messages and all my emails, and I try to answer most everybody that I can. So please keep them coming. I'm so graciously humbled and so grateful. You guys and my creator is what's kept me going through this cancer journey. So thank you. Namaste, everybody. Have a blessed day and a wonderful weekend. Namaste.